Right, I'll be doing a visual consultation, which is I'll be going from your anterior and your posterior, from your shoulder, from your head, shoulders, from waistline, and then to your feet. So what first I'll be doing is your shoulders. What I'll be checking for is for how your shoulders are aligned or if they're not. So just be relaxed, your normal stance, how you walk around. So I would say your left shoulder is more raised up than your right. We'll be doing the clavicle, which is your collarbone. So I'll be checking if one's more defined than the other, or if one's raised more than the other. So your left clavicle is more raised up than your right. But the weird thing is that your right clavicle is more defined than your left, but your left goes up to your shoulder, when your right one goes into the middle of your shoulder. Could I please have you put your hands on your hips? So where your hips are. What I'll be checking for is if where you're touching your hips, if either they're aligned and if one either goes up or not, because that could explain maybe a hip tilt. So it would mean that either your right side or your left side is upper more than, and makes you look like, so basically like that. So you're more dipped. So I'm checking for that. But your waistline is fine, they're both level. Okay. So you haven't really got a hip tilt, but there would still be a case of hip tilt when I come to your AS or PS. Okay. Right, could you go for your AS, which is where the dimples in your front, so where the skin sinks in. There's two parts. Just keep them up. So your left ASIS is more above than your right. Right, so what I'll be checking next is if for your knees, you can have knock knees, which is when your knees go inwards, or bow knees is when you go outwards. So it looks like your bow knees is when it looks like you're doing a ballerina type of curtsy. Where knock knees is when your knees are more inverted in, and then bow legs means that your knees are exverted out. So I'll just check in really. Your legs up. You haven't got knock knees. And could you put your feet together, please? You got a slight bow-legged, but not as much, because bow legs are mostly common in footballers, and you're not a footballer, are you? So but you do have slight, because your right leg does curve a little bit, whilst your left leg is a bit more straight, and you're leaning over. Please don't fall over. So your right is bowed.
That's why I don't stand with my feet together, because I can't got balance.
Right, so what I'll be checking next is for your feet. And if they're either if you're flat-footed or if you've got an arch. So would you put your feet together? Then just go a little bit apart. Like a little bit, that's it. I'm not tickling your feet, so don't worry. Please don't know. You got to go feet. You have arched feet, but you're more arched on your right side than your left side, but you ain't flat-footed.
Okay.
Also, right, so what I'll be doing next is your posterior. So if it's okay, if you could face that way. That's it. Could you please put your fingers on your PSIS, is where the dimples in your back, where the skin goes inwards. It's very hard to find them. Yeah, your right side.